everyone! Hello my dear classmates. In this video I want to talk to you about my journey of reducing passive use of social media and changing it with active use. So I noticed that I used my social media mostly passively and not actively. That would mean I would scroll through my Instagram feed and I wouldn't comment on any others' posts or chat with anyone, and that could last for several hours in a row. And I thought this behavior is so unhealthy, and there are several reasons to it. First, I would spend all of my dopamine on watching reels, and by the end of the day, I wouldn't feel happy in real life. Second, I literally spend my time, precious time, on nothing. And I even confessed to myself that I started feeling jealous of other people's successes on the internet. So it hit me how bad it is, and I got very encouraged to make the change in this behavior. So I started with creating a pathway map from the chapter on goals, and then I used some tips and advice from ChatGPT to generate some ideas on how I can reduce the passive use of social media and change it with active use. Now this goal seems more achievable. By reducing passive use and increasing active use, I'm aiming to come even to a greater goal, which is to increase my time on more productive and interesting things, connect to people online, and learn how to be in the moment without the phone. So the first step was to be more active by commenting on others people's posts and replying to their stories instead of just silently watching. It was amazing to see how it made me feel more connected with others, and instead of just being envious of people's interest in activities, I thought I could relate to people in some way. I started posting something as well. I made a post and even wrote a couple of paragraphs about my feelings this spring. It felt nice sharing my thoughts with others and getting some responses and engaging in conversations. Then, to reduce passive use, I set limits. For that, I use downtime and time limit features on iPhone. So now I don't use any unnecessary apps from 8 in the evening to 8 in the morning, which is like a 12 hours window. And I have a limit for the most distracting apps like Instagram for an hour a day. I also downloaded the Opal app. It blocks my social media from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It really helped me to stop opening IG mindlessly, because most of the time I would open it just because the icon is very colorful and very seductive. I also set times without my phone. I went to Washington State over the spring break and my internet didn't work there, and it felt amazing. I was able to experience deep emotions just by looking at the trees and water. I was in the moment. I think I could do it because my head was not in the virtual life but in the real one, and some days, and only in the evenings, when I returned from the hikes to rest, I could share my experience from the day with people on Instagram. I definitely should practice it more. I'm thinking of making Sunday a no phone day and filling that day with interesting activities. I also tried to limit my social media by asking myself the question, why am I opening this app right now? If the question is just because, I would think of what can I do instead. Maybe I can post something myself, or maybe I can come back to the work that I was supposed to do, or maybe I can just look out of the window and enjoy the silence and practice mindfulness. Even if I can't stop my urge from opening Instagram without any reason, Opal wouldn't let me do it for more than 5 minutes. Now I think I'm getting closer to my main goal. I noticed that I don't feel sad by the end of the day anymore out of nothing, and I feel fewer negative emotions that are associated with watching other people online. Now I use my social media more intentionally, and I also feel that now I have more time, more energy, and more ideas that I can spend on creating on my own. For example, I held my first photo shoot as a photographer and I was extremely happy with the results. I think I wouldn't be able to do it and to find the courage to do it without implementing all of those changes that I made. So I learned that social media can be a great tool for building connections and expressing myself, but it's important to use it actively and intentionally. I encourage everyone to try some of these tips and see how you can improve your own social media experience. Thanks for watching.